Yeah, hi guys. Good evening and happy Holi.
Happy Holi, guys. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Happy Holi.
Guys, from today we are starting CCNP Enterprise, and in this we are gonna cover Encore and NRC both. So Gaurav sir is with me, who gonna deliver this entire batch. So sir, yes, over to you. We'll share a screen and start with the introductions and the content, but which we supposed to deliver in this batch.
All right, Gaurav. Thank you so much, and welcome you all to join me in this first class of our Encore and NRC batch. Okay, my name is Gaurav Agarwal. I'm having around 20 years of experience. By certifications, I'm dual CCIE certified and having industry experience in network designing, deployment, as well as technical trainings. So I'll be taking this batch for you guys. Okay, let me share my screen and we'll start with this one. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
All right, all right. So the agenda for today's meeting will be, I'll be giving you an overview of what is the CCNP Enterprise certification, how many exams are there in it. Okay, there are different tracks within this certifications. We'll go through it also. Okay, and also we'll go through some of the sample questions which will be help you understand about what is there in our curriculum actually. Okay, post that we can take any queries or questions if you guys have. Okay, so moving ahead. So you guys must be knowing that earlier Cisco was having a number of professional services exam, like this first one, CCNP Cloud, Collaboration. Similarly, Data Center is a different one. In space of designing, they were having a CCDP certification. And similarly for routing switching, it was called as CCNP. Okay, and then security and service provider wireless are the different ones. So within CCNP routing and switching, there were 3 papers, if I'm not wrong. One was for routing, another one was for switching, and the third one was for troubleshooting part. So these all have been simplified now. I mean, from Cisco side itself, they have been Cisco CCNP Cloud, CCDP, CCNP RNS, and wireless. They have been clubbed together as a name of CCNP Enterprise now. Okay, and within this, along with this CCNP Enterprise, they do have this one, CCNP Collaboration, Data Center, and security and service provider also. So this is pretty much there. However, in CCNP Enterprise, they have simplified this one as part of only 2 different exams that a person needs to give. First one is their core exam. Okay, and this core exam is known as Encore, Enterprise Core Exam. Okay, which is having their code as 350-401. So in order to achieve this CCNP Enterprise certification, one has to clear this exam, which is Enterprise Core. Okay, and in addition to this one, there are several other exams also, which are known as concentration exams. So any one of them out of these 5 or 6 exams, if a person clears any one of them, along with this Encore exam, he will be getting the CCNP Enterprise certification. Okay. I'll go through all these also. I mean, these concentration exams, what are these, and about their codes. These are basically some specialist or special exams. For example, this NRC is Advanced Routing and Services Infrastructure, and this one is I think wireless, and then sorry, this one is designing, and then service provider, and then wireless. Okay. So earlier there were around 3 to 5 written exams, but now it will be only 2 exams for CCNP. All right. Moving further. Okay, this one, as I said, that in Enterprise Core, it is mostly covering all the network fundamentals. including your routing, switching, wireless, security, few details around how to design your network, plus some amount of automation or virtualization stuff that is also there. We'll go through that curriculum also. Okay. In addition to that, these are the 6 concentration exams. Out of them, only one needs to be given in order to achieve the CCNP enterprise certification. Okay. Otherwise, a person can go and do or write all the 6 exams also, but one is minimum required. Okay. So first one is this one, advanced routing and services. This is known as NRC. So this batch is basically for this enterprise core exam as well as this one, advanced routing and switching services. The rest are designing wireless network, implementing wireless networks, designing Cisco enterprise network, which was earlier CCDP, and an exam around SD-WAN solutions, and this one is around automating and programming Cisco enterprise solutions. Okay. Apart from this, I also want to give you an information that earlier CCNA was a prerequisite to do CCNP, but now it is no more there. A person can directly give either enterprise core exam first, or he can also sit and give this one NRC exam. Okay. Similarly, for achieving the CCIE enterprise also, he or she can directly give this enterprise core and sit and write the lab exam. And same with the CCIE wireless exam. Any questions till now?
So Gaurav, if anybody will clear the core exams, so he is eligible for the directly CCIE lab, yes?
Yes. Earlier, CCIE written was there and CCIE lab exam was there, but I mean, in order to sit in CCIE lab exam, CCIE written was the prerequisite, but now only enterprise core is the prerequisite.
Gaurav, I have one doubt here. So let's say if anyone wants to jump to CCIE directly after completing the NCore exam. Okay. So in the CCNP flavors, we have different kind of flavors like NRC, NRC, SD-WAN, and there are other topics. Right. So if we directly jump to the enterprise infrastructure lab exam, so these topics will be covered in that exam or it won't be covered. So how is it? I mean,
I hope, okay. I got your question. Please hold on for a moment. Once we go through the exam topics, I'll answer this question again. Okay. Hopefully this will be answered automatically.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Any other question, or shall we move? All right. So this is pretty much the same thing which we just now discussed. 1 core exam and 6 specialized exams. Okay. And then if you see this one, this is what you get when you pass enterprise core exam. You will get this Cisco certified specialist badge or a logo. Okay. And if you pass any of your enterprise concentration exam, then also you'll be getting this badge. Once you pass at least one, at least 1 core exam and 1 concentration exam, then you will get your CCNP enterprise badge. But it's not necessary that you pass an core first and then concentration exam. You can directly sit in concentration exam also first. There is no such sequence. All right.
But we have to appear in both the exams.
In both the exams in order to achieve this CCNP enterprise certification.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Another thing I would like to highlight over there is if you want to have this DevNet professional certification. So there also, I mean, along with this enterprise core, if you pass on this one DevNet core, okay, along with enterprise core, this will also give you eligibility to achieve this one, DevNet professional, Cisco certified DevNet professional. This is a different train as like we have in CCNP enterprise. This is a different, altogether different train, which talks about DevNet professionals, I mean, developers as well as networking guys, both knowledge. Okay. So, here is a link. I'll show you accessing it. Okay, learningnetwork.cisco.com, wherein you can access the complete curriculum. Okay, so herein there is a link of certifications. If you click onto this, all the certifications have been enlisted over here. Whichever you want to see. For example, we are talking here about CCNP Enterprise. I'll click onto this one. So from here, you can see what are the exam topics. Okay, how much is the exam duration? 120 minutes is there. Okay, how much it is costing? It should be written over here somewhere. I think it is $400 as of now. Okay, I click on exam topics. So on a high level, these are the 6 sections within our NCore exam. Okay, and there, how much percent I mean, architecture, how much percent questions will be there in our exam, that is also given over here. Within this architecture, what all topics we are talking here about, that is also given. So this is, you guys can download it from this website, where I have this already downloaded in my laptop. So I'll go through it on a high level. So within this, if you see, these are the topics. So within architecture, what they want to say is a person should be able to talk about some of the design principles. Mostly it will be talking about your designs. What are the design principles of an enterprise network? For example, tier 2 or tier 3 switching network or a network design. Okay, what are the high availability techniques within that? So it is, I mean, this first topic at a high level is talking about only the design portion. This is about switching network design. This is wireless LAN design. What kind of net deployment models we can have, centralized, distributing. Kindly, I would like to emphasize over here these key verbs: explain, analyze, differentiate. Okay, so if I come to my slide deck, okay, I'll come back over here. So these verbs, as I was showing you in our curriculum, they say that some of the sections say describe, some say explain, or some say compare or differentiate, interpret. So based upon these words, your depth of knowledge will vary. I mean, how much you require to know will vary on that exam. Some would say, okay, you should know not only the explanation, you should know how to configure it, how to construct it. If it says something around troubleshooting, so then you should know the troubleshooting also. Not only you should know the technology, how it works, how to configure it, and if something is not working correctly, how to troubleshoot it and rectify that. So that is also important. So that's where I want to emphasize on these verbs which have been used in this curriculum. Okay, so within this architecture, if you see, it is mostly around the explanation or analysis or the differentiation between the two things. It is nowhere saying that you need to configure or troubleshoot anything. It is mostly around knowing the concepts, basically. Okay, and if we move further like this, in this virtualization, it is again, it is here hypervisor type 1, type 2, virtual machine, virtual switching system. You should be able to describe these virtualization technologies if you are talking about this. So the theoretical concept you should have. Okay. Similarly, if I talk about this VRF, GRE, IPsec, it is clearly saying configure and verify data path virtualization technologies. So one should be able to configure them. He should be having hands-on experience onto it. then only he will be able to answer these questions, or the questions that will be appearing in your CCNP exam. Okay.
So Gaurav,
Yes.
sorry, I'm disturbing you.
No.
So,
Go ahead.
so Gaurav, virtualization we will learn here. Virtualization.
Mhm.
We will learn with you.
Yes, I mean, whatever topics are covered within this ENCORE exam, we will be covering that, definitely.
Okay.
But since virtualization is itself a very vast topic, but we will be covering only keeping in mind that we want you guys to clear your ENCORE exam. Okay, that's why I'm saying that it is only describing what is virtualization, what is the difference between hypervisor type 1 and type 2. It is nowhere saying that you should have a hands-on experience onto this one.
Okay.
Similarly, for your network virtualization concept, it is saying describing about this one. List, what is VXLAN? Okay, only the concept.
Hi, Gaurav, sorry, one question. So
Yes,
when it says configure, it is not like configuration assignment or kind of lab configuring, right? It's just some configuration based questions.
Okay, so I correct me if I'm wrong. I think you want to ask that within our actual exam, will we be doing some hands-on exercise, or we would be asked to configure anything?
Yes,
No,
that's my question.
No, you won't be having any hands-on or stuff over there. You won't be logging to any of the devices when doing the configuration. But this verb means to say that you should be well versed how to configure it so that you should be able to answer those questions. For example, configuration is given to you, and he or she, question says that there are 4 options. You need to choose the correct configuration out of them. Configuration commands are given. You should be knowing that. We are having some sample questions also within my slide deck. We'll be going through that. But no, you won't be able, you will not be allowed to log into any of the devices within your enterprise exam.
Thank you.
Similarly, if we talk about infrastructure, so infrastructure is the majority portion, okay, which is having a weightage of 30%, wherein you will be configuring and troubleshooting your layer 2 stuff. All your switching stuff, and similarly layer 3 also, which covers your IGP, interior protocols like EIGRP and OSPF. Okay, and only eBGP has been mentioned over here. Okay, similarly some of the wireless things. Okay, then IP services, NTP, NAT, PIM, network assurance. It is only 10%, which is talking about diagnosing the problems, configuring and verifying, debugs, conditional debugs, trace routing, syslog, etc. Okay, and device monitoring using syslog, remote logging, NetFlow, SPAN, RSPAN, remote SPAN, enhanced remote SPAN, configuring and verifying IP SLAs. This comes this all comes under network assurance. And this one is security. Within security, okay, our control plane security as well as management plane security, okay, ACLs, and then REST API security, some authentication protocols like enhanced EAP, web authentication, okay, and then some of these components like MACsec, TrustSec. What are these components, where they are needed, and how they are used? Okay, some amount, okay, 15% is in the automation stuff. So see, it clearly says that you should be able to interpret basic Python components and scripts. It is not going to ask you to write any Python script. It will be asking you to interpret what is written there. Okay, for example, they have given a Python snippet of a script, and they can ask you what it is going to do, what will be the output of this code, something like that. Okay. Similarly, high-level principles of data modeling, Yang data model, etc. APIs for our DNA center, or we manage in SD-WAN, interpreting the REST API response codes and their error codes, etc. So some of the agents or agentless orchestration tool like Chef, Ansible, salt stack, etc. So this is what we have in our core stuff. If I go back to my slide deck, okay, these are some of the sample questions. If you see our 1.4 section, which I was showing you over here. Okay. In this 1.4, it says explain the working principles of SD-WAN solution. Okay. So you should be knowing that, okay, how it works. That's where it is asking you this kind of question. So which protocol does Cisco SD-WAN use to measure link quality? So there may be a few options. Okay, there can be, I mean, one option may be correct. If it is not mentioning that more than choose more 2 or 3 options, then only one option will be correct. Otherwise, he or she will mention that choose 2 correct options or choose 3 correct options. Similarly, there can be drag and drop kind of questions. Like here it says in our section 1.7, differentiate between hardware and software switching mechanisms. So there can be questions like drag and drop, in which you must be having a clear understanding what our first topic does, what our second topic does. So only then you will be able to drag and drop them in your correct option. Okay, and here, for example, this one, somebody was asking for the configuration. Okay, it is saying that configure and verify the data path. So it has given you, sorry, in this moment. So in order to configure a GRE tunnel between 2 locations, it has given you 4 options, wherein some configuration commands have been given. You have to choose the right one, which should be applied or which should be used. So if you know how to configure it, then only you'll be able to do it or choose the correct one. Similarly, in the troubleshooting one, he has given you the configuration and he wants to ask you why it is not working. Choose the incorrect command or why it is not working from the following options. So that's where if you have configuration as well as troubleshooting knowledge, then only you will be able to do it. Similarly, this is another one where you are supposed to diagnose a network problem. So in order to diagnose, there maybe, for example, here it has given one trace route output has been given, one ping output has been given, another couple of outputs wherein routing table or route entries output has been given. So based upon your judgment of all these outputs, you should be able to diagnose why the things are not working as per our desired stuff. Okay, so why I'm emphasizing is in our curriculum, they have Cisco has given these verbs. Based upon these verbs, you can easily judge that how much percentage you should focus on these topics. Okay. Similarly, this for Python, they has given that you should be able to interpret basic Python components and scripts. So within this question, for example, they have given a script or a function has been written. So what is the output from this code? They are asking like this. These are some of the sample questions. Similarly, construct WM applet. So you need not to write anything. You just need to drag and drop or choose the correct ones. Okay. Another thing, this one. So this one is a detailed, somewhat detailed around what all topics do we have in our core. Okay, first section is around enterprise network. Okay, in module 1, which talks about our architecture. Architecture is more or less around our design principles. So within our enterprise, we may have a 2-tier architecture or a 3-tier architecture, or a fabric-based architecture also nowadays. So what all things or what are the differences between these kind of architectures on the basis of purely on the basis of design characteristics. For example, high availability. Okay, and like what all the high availability techniques are there, what are the redundancy models are there, how much convergence can we expect into it, which one is better, and what are the pros and cons of each one. I mean, the comparison between all of these. Okay, so this first architecture is around the designing principles. Second one is the wireless deployment models, as I said. Similarly, the third one is SD-WAN solutions. All these things which are there in first section talks about the design principles. Okay, second one, module 2. Okay, module 2 is virtualization. It talks about virtualization technologies and their concepts only. Okay, this one, path virtualization, this talks about some of the configuration. However, this one is the high level concept, which is what is hypervisor type 1, type 2, what is virtual machine, why we use this, what are the benefits of this one, virtual switching, similarly Lisp, VXLAN, what are these network virtualization concepts, where they are being used, what are their benefits. If I talk about the third one talks about the infrastructure. Infrastructure is mainly around routing and switching. Layer 2 is switching. Okay, our VLAN, trunking, spanning tree protocol concepts, ether channel, they all will come under this one. In layer 3, we'll be talking about EIGRP, OSPF, okay, and EBGP. Along with this, some of the best path selection algorithms in BGP, how the neighborship is formed, summarization, filtering concepts, they all will come under here. Okay. In wireless also, it will be some of the concepts around what are the access point modes, antenna types, okay, and little bit around troubleshooting also with respect to switching systems used in wireless. Similarly, for IP services, we'll be covering this network address translation, port address translation. These are the services which are provided to the customers on top of IP, like first hop redundancy protocol, like HSRP, VRRP, multicast. Okay. This was module 3. In module 4, which is around assurance, we'll be talking about some of the tools like syslogs, ping, traceroute, configuring this port analyzers, okay, on our switches and routers, netconf and restconf also. In the last 2 modules, this one is around security of our network devices as well as control plane and management plane. Okay, and last one is automation. This is pretty much at a high level in our N4. And if we talk about NRC, NRC is nothing but an advanced version of routing services. Okay, so its name also says Enterprise Advanced Routing Services. Yes. So herein we'll be double clicking all the things around our layer 3 IGP protocols like EIGRP, OSPF. So we'll be doing a deep dive onto all these concepts, what we earlier learned in our NCore stuff. Okay, and apart from this, it will also cover our MPLS VPNs. Okay, only L3 VPNs are there. Similar, and another thing is DM VPN. Okay, this is also another kind of VPNs which are generally used by our customers. Okay, another thing is this one.
One question, sir.
Yes.
I'm already doing CCNA NRC.
Okay.
It is in schedule. So is it required me to do CCNA NCore, right? This is for NCore you are briefing.
In order to sit in your exam, it is not required. But if you, directly also you can do. But I would assume that all of you guys must have some basic understanding of, let's say, what is a router, what is a switch, how to do the IP subnetting. So that, I think those things are not being covered over here. So that's why I will assume that you guys already have that much knowledge. But that's not a prerequisite.
No. CCNA, NRC already doing.
Okay.
So CCNA and CCNP, NRC. So this one by Atul sir. So this one
this
you
is,
are giving it.
Yeah, Keshav. So this is for the encore. You can start for encore here.
So what is difference between encore and NRC? Means it's a huge
Yeah.
difference or?
So NRC is advanced routing, and in encore it's a mandatory exam for CCNP. That is only the difference. Yeah, virtualization and security topics like SD1 introduction is there in encore. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Switching part, you can say that also.
Yeah, and in encore, you won't be having this MPLS and DMVPN stuff. This is not there. This is the advanced routing course. You can talk like this.
NRC one. NRC.
Yeah, NRC. Yeah.
Okay.
Network fundamentals are being covered in your encore, and advanced topics are being covered in NRC.
Gaurav, I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
So, so I see that OSPF and some part of BGP is also there in the encore exam.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
let's say if you're teaching OSPF, so how you will be teaching? Once you start, you will be completing both core as well as NRC, or it will be a separate session?
It will be. I will try to keep it separate, because I'm not aware. I mean, how many of you will be doing encore? How many of you will be doing NRC? I'll be keeping them separate. I mean, first we'll go with encore. So I'll keep my stuff focused only whatever required for clearing the encore exam. Then when we'll be doing the NRC, it will be more advanced stuff will be there.
Okay, clear, Gaurav. Yeah.
Okay. So that's all from my end. Floor is open for your questions. If you have from my any questions for me or Gaurav Sharma from Network Kings.
Gaurav, how many modules in NRC?
So in NRC there are four modules in total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gaurav, if we start from tomorrow, the actual class, so what would be the estimated time? You can just let us know by when it will be completed.
I think that if we start from tomorrow, or I mean, because
Monday, so guys, from Monday we are gonna continue. Today is what, Wednesday, right? So Thursday, Friday there is no class. From Monday there is a regular classes. It's around 1.90 minutes or 2 hours classes. So what most probably in our first initial 2 months we are gonna cover encore, correct, sir?
Yes. First we'll start from encore.
Encore. Okay, so at least we can assume in 2 months, so like May or max to max by June we can finish the encore.
Yes,
right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since encore will be your base for doing the NRC stuff, it will be better if you guys practice a lot and give your 100% also.
So how much time it will take to complete encore? Can you repeat, please?
2 months.
Okay, from Monday.
Yes, correct.
Sir, this encore class will be on regular days only. No weekend batches.
No, this is only on the weekdays, guys.
So, is there any weekend batches available, sir? Because I enrolled for NRC on a weekend batch for by Atul sir actually.
Yeah, so the batch is going on. Once you finish with the NRC, that time we will introduce a weekend batch for encore. But as of now, you will continue with the NRC only. If you want,
NRC I have already done with Atul sir. The course is finished actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was waiting for this encore weekend batch. But I got the
link. Discuss with you separately. But as of now, we already planned this encore on weekdays. And Atul sir batch is also coming. I'll convey, but it's gonna take around 1.5 months because he's gonna start from the CCNA as of now.
Hi, sir. What would be the timing for this batch?
Same time, 8 p.m. only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is it possible to keep only 4 days, Monday through Thursday?
Yeah, that we can once we're gonna start the classes, let's have a mutual understanding.
Okay, actually, I mean, for me, we usually have Friday night maintenance activities in office, so sometime I will not be able to join and miss the classes.
And however, every session is recorded. If in case you're missing something, you can revise before coming to the next class.
Yeah, I mean, that's one option, but preferable is like I should join the class.
No problem. Let's see. Once we're going to start from Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Gaurav. Pawan this side.
Yes, Pawan.
About the wireless technology. So, will it be start from the basic things like we haven't done anything in the CCNA part, but when it comes to the CCNP, so we have the wireless. Will it be done from the basic things?
Yes, it is. I mean, more or less, it is also covering the basics and the conceptual. It is mostly the conceptual stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about the notes, Gaurav? So will you be providing any kind of notes?
So guys, we have a notes for routing. For switching, I'll see. I think we have. I'll provide you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So the people who gonna, I think all are already enrolled. So that will be updated in the portal. Okay. I'll update in the portal so that you can see from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by when it will be updated, Gaurav?
I'll update from Monday. No problem.
Monday. On Monday, we should be having it in our portal, right?
Yes, okay. Correct.
Okay.
And guys, somebody's asking about the lab. Yes, the lab is a part of this course because without the lab, nothing, because it's an advanced course. You guys are getting access to the lab. You can do practical 24/7.
So, Gaurav, you will be go through the presentation, yes, every session.
Yes, I'll be having some presentations also, some whiteboarding also, some direct router console access or client access also.
Great. Gaurav, the topics will be covered as per the order mentioned in the blueprint, or you will be going back?
Not necessarily. I'll try to cover them to make them more interesting. I mean, because the first one is more or less theory, the architecture one. So we'll cover this a little bit later. First, we'll start from the basic switching and then move to routing, and then not necessarily we'll be moving through in the same order what has been given in the curriculum.
Yeah, fine.
Gaurav, question, the class will start at 8, definitely at 8, not 8:20, 8:25, 8:15, 8:18.
No problem, Sad. I know your concern. So exactly 8 o'clock we are gonna start.
Thank you.
Yeah. And guys, now from onward, I'm not gonna share a link on the WhatsApp. Make sure you'll join from the portal. We have already uploaded a unique ID. You have to log in through that ID, and you have to join exactly at 8 o'clock only.
So, yeah. Gaurav, this it's updated on our portal.
Yeah, it's already updated. Earlier, you guys are joining through the link. I don't know. Some of the people are joining through link, which we are sharing on the WhatsApp group. So for this batch, we are gonna share the ID in the portal. You have to join directly from there.
Thank you very much.
And even all the notes and even all the communication is also uploaded in the portal only. Okay?
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. So thanks, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Gaurav,
I want to ask from the trainer actually
Yes, Hemant.
that at the bottom of this syllabus actually there is some security part in this syllabus.
Encore. Okay.
NRC I think. Security part is in NRC.
It's in both.
It's in both.
Okay. So actually, I want to know that if I will do CCNA, I am doing, it's just about to complete. Okay, I will do Encore. Okay, and after that I will do Firewall. Some Firewall, not NRC. Okay. So will it? I would be able to apply for IT security job, or I have to do NRC module also?
It depends. I mean, in the security concepts, yes, you will be having. I mean, within here in NRC, it is not covering any specific hardware firewall concepts.
Okay.
It is mainly talking about how to troubleshooting the routing security or the device security, network device security, your control plane security, your first hop security. It is nowhere talking around your hardware firewalls like ASA or Juniper SRX.
No. Firewall is separate thing, but I want to know that is an Encore is sufficient only. I want to know.
That will definitely depend upon what are the job responsibilities you are going to apply. But yeah, once you go through it, definitely you'll get your concepts clear.
Okay. Basically, NRC is for routing and routing. I think, advanced routing.
Advanced routing and services. Yes.
Okay.
It covers your MPLS, DM, VPN, some amount of infrastructure security and infrastructure services. These are the 4 modules in NRC.
Okay. Take no issue. Yes.
Right.
Hello, Gaurav.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Gaurav. Dinesh here from this side. I'm asking about the notes. The notes. Do you have any separate notes, or we are only referring the notes available on the portal, like that, or you are sharing your own experience notes and something?
No. The portal notes that you will be getting, you can refer them for your self-study. I'll be covering through my own stuff. Okay. I mean, whiteboards, PowerPoint slides, or some content from internet that I'll be referring.
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
One question from my side: is there anybody? I mean, everybody knows Hindi as well as English, or what will be our medium of communication?
Yeah, both, I guess.
Basic English. Both.
Anybody there who does not know Hindi at all?
Boss English.
Gaurav sir, we have to go with the English batch only because there are some people from outside India, so not able to understand Hindi.
All right, no problem.
So one more thing here. Sorry, I joined late. When you are referring to that, you will be referring to some specific material. So before the class, one day before, can you just will you be letting us know what things we can refer into before coming back to your class, so that we'll be able to utilize most of your
topics? You mean to say?
Topics as well as material references, if you can give us.
A topic I can tell you. I mean, material reference, as Gaurav said, that you will be getting your notes on the networking itself. Within those notes, I think it will be covering. Okay, so within our Encore, for example, this one, this is a curriculum. Whatever we'll start, we'll basically start from here, 1.7 first. Okay, and then we'll be moving to this one, layer 2 infrastructure in our first few classes. So these topics you can read from anywhere, or the notes, but what networking is going to share with you guys, you can go through them before coming to the class. For any next classes, at the end of our class, we can clarify which topic we are going to cover in our next class. That we can do. I hope that is okay.
Gaurav, one thing. When you will cover the infrastructure security, so you will cover also ICE.
No. ICE is not there.
ICE is a part of CCNP security.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So you can download this whole curriculum from this learningnetwork.com, .cisco.com, and you can go through on the topics what all are part of ENCORE.
So guys, from Monday, same time, 8 o'clock, we are going to continue with the proper classes, okay?
Thank you, Gaurav.
Yeah. Thanks, sir. Thanks, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav.
Yep. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav.